For years, rumors have circulated regarding Janet Jackson's brief marriage to James DeBarge in the 1980s, with whispers suggesting they may have had a child together in secret. However, despite the talk, Janet has consistently stated that the only child she considers family is her granddaughter. The mystery surrounding Janet Jackson's personal life has been a topic of speculation for many years, with whispers about a potential secret child causing waves of curiosity. Among the most persistent rumors are claims that Janet was forced to give up a child, which has only fueled the ongoing question: does Janet have a secret sister? These claims have sparked debates, with some fans and family members expressing their beliefs that a hidden sibling exists, while others have openly shared their recollections of moments that seem to suggest Janet was indeed pregnant during her tumultuous marriage to James DeBarge. When asked about the rumors regarding a secret child, Janet herself did not shy away from addressing the speculation. In fact, she admitted that she believed there is a sister out there, a sister she has never met. This revelation has only deepened the intrigue surrounding the subject, raising more questions about whether there is a hidden family member whose existence has been deliberately concealed. While Janet has kept most details of her personal life private, this admission suggests that the possibility of a secret child is not entirely out of the realm of possibility, despite her denials. People who were close to Janet during the 1980s and early 1990s have often recalled moments when she appeared to be pregnant, especially around the time her marriage to James DeBarge came to an abrupt end. These observations have led many to wonder whether Janet was, in fact, pregnant at one point, but chose not to disclose it publicly. Some recall seeing Janet with a noticeable baby bump during public appearances, particularly during her brief marriage to James. The timing of these moments, however, raises questions about what happened to the child, as there was no public announcement of a pregnancy or birth. Interestingly, James DeBarge, Janet's ex-husband, has also spoken about his belief that Janet was pregnant at one point during their relationship. In interviews and public statements, James has referred to the possibility of a child, claiming that he too believed Janet had a child while they were together. The belief that the two might have had a child together adds another layer to the growing mystery surrounding Janet's past, especially as new details continue to emerge about her personal life and relationships. The speculation around Janet's pregnancy and the possibility of a secret child gained more attention when other members of the DeBarge family began speaking out about their suspicions. Janet's former brother-in-law, James's brother, Daryl DeBarge, gave an interview where he echoed the belief that a child may have existed. Daryl's statement further fueled the idea that there may be truth to the rumors, suggesting that the child could still be out there, waiting to be discovered. But it's not just the DeBarge family who has voiced suspicions. Janet's own family members, including her brother Tito Jackson, have also been drawn into the conversation. Tito, along with others who were close to Janet during her early years, has been part of the ongoing discussions about the possibility of a hidden child. Tito reportedly took actions to cover Janet's supposed pregnancy during public appearances, such as using his jacket to shield her belly from the cameras at one of the American Music Awards. This gesture has been interpreted by some as an attempt to conceal a pregnancy, adding fuel to the fire of speculation surrounding Janet's personal life. Janet herself has consistently denied any claims of a secret child, but the constant swirling of rumors and the testimonies of those who were close to her at the time continue to cast doubt on her denials. In interviews, Janet has stated that the stories about her hiding a child were simply not true. She has addressed the rumors by saying that the idea of her having a child and keeping it secret was not plausible, especially given the close-knit nature of her family. However, despite her clear denials, some people still hold firm to the belief that a child existed, citing the testimony of family members like Christina DeBarge, James's daughter, who has openly stated that she believes Janet had a child at some point. Christina's belief that a secret sibling exists adds another layer of intrigue to the mystery. As the daughter of James DeBarge, Christina has been vocal about her suspicions, and has even expressed a desire to meet the sister she believes is out there. Her statement that she would love to meet the sister she believes exists suggests that she may have more information than she is letting on, perhaps based on conversations within the DeBarge family or some other form of inside knowledge. Christina's quiet yet confident belief in a hidden sibling has led many to wonder if she knows something that others do not. While Christina has expressed her desire to meet this potential sibling, she also hinted at the possibility that Janet's powerful family, the Jacksons, may have played a significant role in hiding the truth. She suggested that the Jackson family's immense influence may have contributed to the decision to keep the pregnancy and child hidden, likely to protect Janet's rising career. This theory resonates with many who believe that Janet's career was carefully managed by her family, particularly her father, Joe Jackson, who was known for his tight control over his children's professional lives. If Janet had been pregnant, it's possible that the family saw it as a threat to her career and made the decision to bury the truth to preserve her public image. The speculation about a cover-up has continued to gain traction over the years, with some suggesting that the Jackson family may have orchestrated a plan to keep the pregnancy and the child hidden in order to ensure that Janet's career remained unaffected. This theory proposes that, if Janet was indeed pregnant, the family likely felt that the timing was not right and that a public revelation could derail her path to stardom. The idea that the Jackson family would go to great lengths to protect Janet's career adds another layer of complexity to the story, making it difficult to determine what is fact and what is merely speculation. As time goes on, the mystery surrounding Janet Jackson's potential secret child only grows, with new revelations and claims continuing to surface. Despite Janet's denials and her family's insistence that no child exists, the rumors persist, fueled by the testimonies of those who were close to her during the 1980s and 1990s. The story remains unresolved, leaving fans and observers to continue speculating about whether Janet has a secret sister, or whether the truth will ever be fully revealed. Oh, Minnie, could it be that long-hidden family secrets are finally starting to emerge? Was Janet pressured to give up a child at the peak of her career? And could James be revisiting the narrative of having had a child with Janet? The truth might only be revealed when Janet feels the time is right. One thing's for sure. In the 80s, Janet's choice in men often led her into tumultuous situations. Before her marriage to James DeBarge, Janet had a high-profile relationship with basketball legend Magic Johnson. In 1983, she attended the American Music Awards in Los Angeles, where she was photographed with the 24-year-old Magic. In one photo, Magic had his arms around her, and in another, they were seen sharing a kiss. At the time, Janet was just 16 years old. When those images resurfaced in 2020, they sparked a wider conversation about Janet's childhood and the challenges she faced. If a 24-year-old man was publicly kissing her at 16, it raises questions about what may have been happening behind closed doors. Not long after, Janet entered a relationship with James DeBarge, marrying him in a secret elopement at just 18 in 1984. Why the rush to marry so young? Sources suggest that Janet saw it as a way to break free from the strict control of her father, Joe Jackson. Unsurprisingly, Joe disapproved of the marriage and did everything he could to stop it. In the end, the marriage didn't last. James struggled with substance abuse, and Janet found herself constantly in the position of caretaker, often having to go out to find him or pick him up. Janet has shared that during her marriage to James, she would often find pills around the house, and when she tried to flush them down the toilet, they would end up fighting over them. Keep in mind, this was all happening when she was just 18 years old, drama that seemed even bigger than her secret elopement with James. There have long been rumors that Janet had a baby with James, but either lost the child or gave it away. However, if you ask Janet about it, she'll firmly deny it, claiming there was no baby. But the plot thickens. People who were around at the time, and fans of both the DeBarge family and Janet, remember seeing photos where Janet appeared to be several months pregnant, yet there was no announcement of a child. Some even recall a time when Janet and her brothers were presenting at the American Music Awards. Janet was on stage with what looked like a noticeable baby bump, and when Tito saw the cameras potentially catching her stomach, he quickly held his jacket over his arm to block the view. Still, her belly was visible to the audience. Additionally, one person recalled that Janet's aunt worked at a convalescent hospital where the Jackson family's grandmother was staying during the 80s, which added more intrigue to the mystery. One person who firmly believes there was a baby is Janet's aunt, who worked at the convalescent hospital where the Jackson family's grandmother stayed in the 80s. She claims that when Janet came in, it was clear she was pregnant, though she wasn't sure whether Janet lost the child or was hiding it. But what's certain is that Janet appeared pregnant. As for the supposed father, James DeBarge, he has never backed down from his claims about the existence of a child. In 2012, in a shocking prison letter to Michael Jackson's doctor, Conrad Murray, James revealed the story of the alleged child. Since then, he has repeatedly spoken out about the possibility of a Jackson DeBarge heir and continues to assert that the baby was real, refusing to let go of the story. However, Janet has consistently denied the rumors. In her documentary, she explained that it would have been impossible for her to have a child and keep it hidden from her father, Joe Jackson. She made it clear that the claim of her secretly having a child was entirely false. Janet explained in her documentary that she began taking oral contraceptives, which were known at the time to cause weight gain due to higher levels of estrogen and progesterone, leading to increased appetite and fluid retention. As a result, many people mistakenly thought she was pregnant because she had gained weight after starting the birth control pills. In her documentary, Janet also revealed how the rumor about a secret child evolved into multiple sensational stories. One version claimed she had given the imaginary baby girl to her sister, Rebe, to raise as her own. Another rumor suggested that her brother Jackie's adopted daughter, Brandy, who was taken in by the family in 1982, was actually Janet's secret child. There were even claims that Rye's daughter Stana might have been Janet's baby, simply because they looked alike. Janet recalled how the rumors kept changing. First it was Brandy, then Stana, as people tried to fit the pieces together. But Janet also pointed out that while the rumors about a secret child swirled, her real struggles during her brief marriage to James DeBarge were far more serious. She shared how his addiction became one of her biggest challenges during that time. Janet recalled the lack of romance during her wedding night, describing how, after they got married and returned to their hotel in Grand Rapids, Michigan, James told her he would be right back. She sat alone in the hotel room for 3 hours, just 18 years old, waiting for him to return. He never did. She reflected, "That's not a life for anyone." Despite his flaws, Janet admitted she saw the good in James and wanted to focus on that, believing he needed help. However, she realized she wasn't the right person to provide that help. Janet had support from people like her co-star, Debbie Allen, who appeared in the documentary and spoke out about the rumors. She described the gossip as flying around like hash in a diner, questioning, "Where's the baby? Nobody saw a baby. Janet was with us all day, every day. Where was the baby?" While Janet addressed the rumors, some viewers felt her response was odd. They pointed out the strange wording she used and the way she became emotional when speaking about James, especially since she didn't show such strong emotion for her other exes. Additionally, she never explicitly said, "I did not have a baby." Instead, she stated that keeping the child from James wouldn't have been right. Despite Janet's denial, James and his family continued to insist that the child existed and had been hidden from them. James's daughter, Christina DeBarge, added even more fuel to the fire during a candid moment where she also expressed her belief in the story of the hidden child. "But at the same time, I know my dad loves Janet till this day, and he doesn't want to hurt her." Now, pause. Why would she believe that unless there's something she knew? I mean, Christina's quiet but confident belief suggested she was not just guessing. Christina DeBarge seemed to know something deeper, whether it was an instinct, a whispered family secret, or perhaps even a hidden photo. She expressed her belief with confidence, stating that she would love to meet the sister she believes exists. Not only did she endorse the long-standing rumor, but she also suggested that Janet's powerful family might have been deeply involved in the alleged decision to give the baby away. Christina even hinted that with the immense influence Janet's family held, it was entirely plausible that the truth was deliberately hidden to protect Janet's rising career. As she put it, "I know that her family had a huge influence on her." She further reflected, "If she was pregnant, the only thing I can think of is that they believed she had a long career ahead of her, and they didn't want anything to interfere with that." And here's the twist. James's sister Bunny also weighed in, claiming that she saw Janet's pregnancy with her own eyes. According to Bunny, Janet was taken out of the public eye for a while, And when she returned, the bump was mysteriously gone, but no baby ever surfaced. With both Christina's firm belief in a secret sibling and Bunny's shocking first-hand account of Janet's pregnancy, it's starting to feel like these coincidences are stacking up in a way that can't be easily dismissed. In fact, I recall an interview some time ago with Daryl DeBarge, James's brother, where he too confirmed that the child existed. It wasn't just the siblings. James's own mother believed there was a child, and she even took things a step further by agreeing to a DNA test with a woman named Tiffany White, who claimed to be the secret daughter of Janet and James. Although a later DNA test proved James was not Tiffany's father, James still insists he will not give up on the search, convinced that a child existed. The word on the street is that he remains determined to find the truth, or at least uncover what really happened to the baby. Some people speculate that Janet may have suffered a miscarriage or stillbirth and has chosen not to discuss it, which is understandable. After all, such personal pain is not easy to relive. But it raises the question, could the Jackson family have orchestrated a cover-up to protect Janet's public image? Was she pressured into keeping this part of her life hidden, perhaps to avoid any damage to her blossoming career? These are the kind of lingering questions that have fueled the rumors and sparked intense curiosity over the years. Ultimately, it's her story to tell, but the mystery surrounding it only deepens with every new layer that's revealed.